At UFC 278, Kamaru Usman will defend his title yet again against a familiar foe, although this time for 278, they're going to be in Salt Lake City. It's going to be on pay-per-view. It's going to be for the welterweight title. But these two gentlemen, Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards, they have fought before. And that's why we're here today, to revisit their first fight in a little morning combat rewind, or whatever we're supposed to call this. Luke, Thomas, Brian Campbell, your hosts today. BC, what do you recall the first time Kamaru and Leon met, which was December 19th of 2015?
Orlando,
they were the main
Florida.
event of the early prelims on the Dos Anjos Cerrone 2 card, Amway Center, I think, or Amway Arena in Orlando.
Ready for this?
Florida.
I remember that I've never watched this fight before, and what's crazy is we had Chuck Mindenhall on this couch to do a pregame preview for this card, which people can see, and he says, I was in the arena that night. I don't remember it either, because it was the third fight of the night, the UFC Fight Pass main event. Francis Ngannou made his UFC debut on the first fight of the night. It's 7 years ago almost, yet it's sort of like these fighters have been on different paths and journeys that when they catch up a second time, August 20th, Salt Lake City, I don't know how much this fight is relevant, even though I haven't seen it, but I'm ready to find out.
I watched it recently. It's much more the wrestling Kamaru. And so for that reason, I don't know how relevant that will be the second time he fights Leon. But it was very much the early dominant Kamaru. So with that in mind, let's go to the tail of the tape. We'll let you know we'll have a little ring timer when everything gets going. At the time, it was a 28-year-old Kamaru Usman versus a 24-year-old Leon Edwards. 2-inch reach advantage for Usman. Same height, same weight.
24-year-old is Rocky. This is pretty early in his UFC rise as well, Luke. Do you know if this was their second fight in the UFC? Where were they both at this point?
He was not far off the Ultimate Fighter. I'm not sure exactly where he was. There's Bruce with that. What would you call that, a burgundy jacket?
Marmalade, I think is the, So Bruce, voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Ce soir,
Do you know what that means?
We come in with I took French for like 7 years in school. You forget
Really?
that. I'm French-Canadian, too.
Did you speak a lick of French?
No, I found that out New Year's Eve in Montreal, Y2K. I couldn't communicate with anybody, Luke. The only thing I knew how to say was Club Super Sex. That's the only thing I knew how to say.
Super. There's Kamaru looking jacked as shit, which he always does.
Minus 300 favorite for the Boca Raton product here, Luke.
Boy, I got to tell you, old Kamaru's got some traps on him, doesn't he?
Dude, he knows his way around the weight room. He is a physical specimen and always has been, Luke.
Yeah, he is a beast. There's Big Dan.
As much as we like Big Dan, I stand by the prediction that he shut down a public restroom a few times in his life.
Just blew up the crowd.
It happens. It happens to the best of us, Luke, okay?
Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. There's Robbie Lawler.
Oh, yeah. That guy could not leave Sanford MMA fast enough when we walked in that time. You remember that?
Yeah, that's true. All right, you have a Kamaru orthodox, level changing, pressing into Edwards.
Look at this. Is the Reebok era, Luke. It looks more professional, doesn't it? It looks more uniformed.
And here he is already clinching. He's got an overhook tie. He's trying to force Edwards into the fence. Edwards doing a pretty good job of resisting.
And this is full-on wrestling Usman that you mentioned. This is the beginning of that UFC win streak, which could equal Anderson Silva's record of 16 if he wins this rematch. But we weren't talking about them back then. We weren't even talking about them. That's the key, Luke, at this point in their rise.
Nope, sure weren't.
I'll give them both credit to where they got. But feeling each other out. There's a quick southpaw jab from Rocky.
Kamaru tried to get him against the fence and couldn't. A lot of level changing from Kamaru.
Yep,
a lot of parrying kicks. He shoots on the single, drives him back to the fence.
There's the high crotch, run the pipe a little bit.
He hasn't done that. He has the high crotch, well, sort of, but didn't finish it. Now he let it go. So now we're pressing into the fence. So this is not going to be a barn burner of a contest. Kamaru takes a knee. This is one of the big things he
does.
Really,
we're going to entertain the people more than this fight will right now, right?
Potentially. The crowd boos a little bit in this contest.
This is Cowboys' only title shot.
So you see, okay, so Edwards went for a switch, couldn't get it. He's trying to stagger his stance. Kamaru's trying to get his hands together. He's going to come around the back now that there's no wizard. Well, the wizard's kind of there. Let's see what he does. He might drop the lock.
Decent takedown defense here from Rocky.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's like, dude, Edwards is really good. He's really good. It's just, where's the part where he overpowers Kamaru? Kamaru using head pressure there.
Both have brothers that are professional fighters at a high level, Luke.
Yep, that's true.
You can see Mike Goldberg there, cage side, talking it up with Dominic Cruz, Joe Rogan. Some early Dom Cruz on the mic here.
Yeah, they were calling him Kamaru at the time. Edwards trying to sort of get out.
Very reminiscent of our producer Matt trying to pronounce Kamal Bell's name yesterday. We're not going to live that down anytime soon.
Good job there by Edwards, sort of getting off the fence without much damage.
So you see the overhand right from Usman there, which made Edwards back. Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt a little bit there, Luke.
He got stung, but I wouldn't call him hurt. I mean, like he's right after it.
Yeah, the legs did a tiny shuffle, very minuscule shuffle there.
Stance switch there, eats an uppercut.
Still leaving that chin wide open, though. I mean, this is early striking. Usman.
Yeah, this is very much. And there he is back to the fence, double leg, drives him in. Gets the knee as the wedge, and he's going to turn him over, just like that. Boom. Now he gets the takedown, and Edwards, not quite flat on his back, but pretty close.
This is what he does. This is what he used to do, Luke. Will he do that in the rematch? I'm interested to find out.
And if he does, is he going to play guard? Is he going to work his way back to the fence? Here he is trying to set up for a triangle.
This is the fourth fight of Leon Edwards' UFC campaign. Came in 2-1, lost his debut by split decision to Claudio Silva. Ran off 2 in a row until this fight, and then never lost again after that.
There's your triangle attempt. He's got the arm isolated, but he's looking at the triangle, but he doesn't have any kind of real force behind it. It's just sort of almost like a high guard. There he is. You can see the wrist control on that same side to keep it. Now he's trying to get it. There it is, but it's like over the middle of the back of Usman.
Yeah,
it's
you're
not really there.
No.
You're definitely not going to submit Usman like that, for sure.
Edwards, Luke, 9-0-1 in the 10 fights since this fight. Yeah, you're right. This fight, it's not going to sizzle, right? This is the type of steak you cook well done and put ketchup on, You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't do that. I'm not a blasphemer. You eat steak well done and you put ketchup on it, I mean, you should just leave the country forever.
By the way, I hear from a very good source that Vince McMahon does that same thing. I'm not kidding. I've heard it from a person that's been in the rooms with him eating.
Yeah, it says a lot, doesn't it? So he's got him locked up here as time is moving along. There's no real submission threat necessarily, and then the guard kind of opens. Usman, not there he is. Now he's out. Kind of goes back in, and then he's going to try and ground and pound here. He gets head over head.
Yeah, but this is a clear Usman round, though. Would you
Well,
say?
I would say it was,
Outside of getting kicked in the face there and getting.
See, I don't know. It depends how you judged it, right? Because he'd have better control, but Usman got tagged on the feet a few times, and there was the submission attempt-ish. I think it could go either way, depending on how the judges are scoring it. Ooh. Some of these in-close shots, like that right elbow over the top is nice for Usman. All right, first round in the books. What do you think? You think Usman round?
I think it was Usman round. I thought that big elbow he landed in top position on the ground in the final minute there was probably the best strike of the first round, short of that head kick, which was that with the combination punching was the only thing Edwards really had major success with. I like that he got Usman's attention with his power, and I like most of the takedown defense attempts from Edwards, but you got to give Usman the round. Look, this was his second UFC fight officially. He beat
Haider Hassan to win the title from in the Black Zillions team. By the way, in his corner, Henry Hooft, and then the other gentleman is Jorge Santiago, who fought in UFC for a little bit, fought in Strikeforce. Good fighter.
Man, people love Henry Hooft that train under him.
Yeah, he's good. Very good.
Many names.
No stool, by the way. They're just sitting there.
Yeah, many names that Jim has gone under, Luke. Many names. Here's a little replay of the action.
A little bit of that right hand getting through. Kind of a head clash there, too. Picks the lock up. Boom.
Tried for the slam, but instead he had to let the boys be boys there, Luke. And there's the failed body, head, neck, and shoulder triangle attempt.
All right, here we go. Round 2. Usman back to doing what he's doing. Pressuring.
Edwards is going to have to land something, though. He's going to have to get his attention again. He's going to have to make him really think about coming in and shooting or trying to force that clinch.
Good balance from Kamaru Usman after Edwards catches the kick.
Wonder if he took ballroom dancing classes.
Edwards trying to find that straight left. He's got good outside position, and then he moves a sort of a 3-2 there. But Kamaru is just all over him. Look at this. Then takes him over the side where he had the leg trapped.
When he makes that commitment to go all in on getting you to the ground, Luke, historically, he gets you to the ground.
Yeah, he does it. By the way, first round took him 3 attempts to get him to the ground. Round 2, very first.
Look at him pin the right arm right there.
Not a lot of ground and pound you can do from that position when your head is covered like that, but still.
That's not a serious choke attempt at all. This is just, Edwards trying to find space
And
to
you can
get
see
up.
he's shelving the legs to try and get either hold them up or get him past them. The rule on shelving the legs is you want it to be higher than their head.
Yeah.
There's the Habib, right? Leg tie like that. See that?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you can get the punches to the body. There's Nobu in the background there doing the Japanese commentary. Love that guy. You know him?
I don't know him.
Oh, he's a big boxing guy, too.
Is that right?
Yeah. Sat in a diner with him and Brett Okamoto in Atlanta one time, Luke, after UFC 201. Talked life, talked the road,
Edwards back to his feet, trying to break wrist control. Essentially grabbing his own wrists.
Now literally kicking his ass, but it works, Luke.
Soften it up, because they have to go.
Yeah, before you set up the reach or no.
I was going to say for the flight to the Antarctic.
This was a loaded Fox card, by the way, as they all were back then, Luke.
I don't know about that.
You don't call this loaded?
I'm not saying all of them were loaded.
Okay, in the beginning, of course, Don't forget Overeem JDS, the co-main.
So here's the thing. Edwards is back to his feet and doing a good job of defending himself, but Kamaru is dictating all of the terms here, right? I think it's a fair way to put it.
Indeed. Luke, Nate Diaz, Michael Johnson on this main card. Carolina
that was a big one.
Against Randa Marcos and Charles Oliveira in the prelim main event there. Valentina on this card. This was a good-ass card.
Okay, so Kamaru level changing again. You have a staggered stance from Edwards. Again, it's pretty good takedown defense from Edwards.
I'm impressed by it.
But, what is he doing in terms of meaningful offense? Not much. So they've got the single leg. He's going to try and turn him and off-balance him, right? Comes up the back off the fake single. Loses it. But all over him.
Very grapple-heavy, this fight, Luke.
Right. This is how Kamaru used to win a lot of his fights. Edwards has double underhooks, which is nice. He tries to come around the back. Now he's pressing Kamaru into the fence. That's nice.
The Hall of Famer Joe Silva watching by on the left there.
Mm-hmm.
Once told Chuck Mindenhall to go fuck himself.
He certainly did. Told me to go fuck myself once as well.
Damn. Did you?
I mean, not because he told me to.
Yeah, it was just a nightly routine, really.
Right.
Yeah. Pass the time on the road, it gets long, right?
Okay, so here's Edwards still doing some work, but nothing a whole lot meaningful.
I mean, this would be the moment, Luke, halfway through this fight, really more than halfway, where he's got to... Look, if you can't win the fight unless you win this round if you're Leon Edwards, Luke. He's not winning this round.
Interestingly, Big Dan breaks him up for inactivity. Kamaru back to, there he is, just shoots right away. Can't get it stuffed. Now he's kind of trading.
Good trading from Leon right there.
Yep, Leon can hit him for sure.
I need more volume, though. I need combinations.
Kamaru with these giant swings.
But these are meant really to just kind of distract you for this takedown shot that's coming, Luke.
Yeah. I mean, Oh, boy, look at the level change there into the clinch. That was nice. Oh, yeah, hitting the old ball sack.
Yep, right on the old, Been there. Been there. This is where I can feel like a fighter because I know this feeling, Luke.
Who kicked you in the balls last really hard? One of your boys?
Boys on boys attack? Yeah. Probably,
Ooh.
Luke. Ooh. Remember that time I told you in 6th grade, Gary Freed wouldn't stop giving me a shoe wedgie, when they take the top of your laces and jack it up all the way? You know what I'm talking about? And so I said, if the next person that does it to me, I'm going to... So he did it, and I turned and I kicked him in the leg as hard as I could, but I didn't hit the leg. I hit him right in the balls, Luke.
What happened?
I thought he was going to beat the shit out of me because he's a big dude. Yeah. He turned around and punched the brick wall outside the middle school as hard as he could to deal with that pain, and he let me off, Luke. You know why? Because he knew he deserved it, okay?
All right, Usman's back on him here with 20 seconds left in the round.
Yo, shout out to Gary Freed, though.
Trip, boom, takes him right down, back into half guard, or half butterfly.
Not the ending Edwards needed for round 2, Luke.
No, but here's Kamaru, slowly establishing more control more easily.
Do you like body punches for somebody on top?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not all are created equal. Some are better than others, but yes. So now after round 2, a better round for Usman. Still, it's not like Edwards is taking an ass whipping here. He's not. He's very, very competitive all the way through.
I would agree with that.
Hanging his head, though. Body language ain't great.
What do you think they're telling him here, Luke? Win. Just win, baby.
Just go. So he gets hit with the coming in.
Nice left hand
hard left hand. And there he is, takes him behind. That's so nice. Oof.
Ooh, that's a knee right on.
And he got the left hook right after.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Whew. I used to play roller hockey goalie without a cup on just to roll the dice a little, Luke. It always made me like on my best though, like on edge.
My brother
right?
one time kicked me in the ball so hard that I don't think I recovered for like a solid hour.
Yikes.
It was so fucking bad.
Not enough to keep Tukey out of this world though, and
No,
I thank him for
thank
that.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, round 3. You know, the thing is about this, he just can't deter. Edwards hasn't been able to deter Usman from offense.
Well, he can't take the lead in terms of getting off first and controlling the turns because of the threat of that takedown. I mean,
Right.
that's it.
And also, like, look at the movement and the threat and the level changing. Like, Usman, he doesn't ever have to, like, rethink things. Or at least he doesn't feel like he has to.
I mean, he looks like a world champion physically. Like, look at him. I mean, he's just a world-class athlete, Luke. How tall?
Boom. Oh, that was much better setup.
That's the best takedown of the
Off
fight
the
so
knee
far.
tap there. He actually got Edwards to move forward and then went into it. Chases it down off the knee tap, runs him into the fence, and here he is. Let's see what he can do with it.
Usman, they say, is 6 feet tall. Do you believe that?
Yeah, he's about right. He's about right.
You think he still dunks easy?
Well, he's got knee problems, so I don't know.
You know Chris L? You know him? Works on our show? Chris L?
The one who's extremely racist? No, I'm teasing.
No. He used to dunk in high school in traffic, bro. Okay?
I believe it. He's tall.
All right.
And here he is now, Usman, but rather than to try and hold Edwards down, he uses self-created back exposure
Oh, yeah.
to then hold a more dominant position. Here he is trying to force his hands to the mat and then bring his weight down just like that. You see it? Boom. Great job.
Those
by
are
Usman
debilitating. You have to believe those knees that just chop down the foundational structures, Luke, of
Yes.
you. It just
So Edwards able to stand, but Kamaru still with locked hands behind him.
is it technically legal to strike to the ass?
Yes?
Okay.
Not the kidneys. Maybe that's changed. But for a while, you couldn't go after the kidneys. One of the big things the Gracies used to do was they would open guard when someone took them down, and they would heel strike to the kidneys with
Yes.
their legs. That was, I'm not sure what the rule is anymore, but that for sure was banned for a while. Kamaru keeping him up against the fence, all over him. Kamaru does sprinkle in ground and pound in this fight. There's not a whole lot of it.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on here outside of this is what Kamaru does. And, you know, it's like you're waiting for Leon Edwards to get the separation needed to try to rally.
Can't do it. He's got
No.
a physical beast all over him.
Look at that judge watching closely in the red tie. You think he's still alive, Luke?
Level change. But the locked hands are going to be too far apart, so let's see if he switches to the single, which he kind of does. Doesn't keep it. Let's see if he pops around the back. Oh, no, double as he goes square. That's it. You're going to get it now. Boom, takes him right down. And he's going to hold it there and lay him flat. Yep, look at that. Now he's got him flat on his back.
Yeah.
And he captures the head. See that where he captures the head with the right arm?
Fight's over.
That's all. That's not fight over, but that's all you need. That's someone, if not surrendering, that's forcing them to go.
No, at this point, the fight's over.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, like
I mean, I've never seen this, and I'm telling you, he's not getting up.
Yeah.
This fight will finish right here, Luke.
And now he moves to, well, it's not quite right.
You know what this water reminds me of, Luke?
Captures the wrist on the turn, keeps his posture down. See that? Capture the wrist. Now he's going to scoop the inside leg. He's going to try to. He's going to drive a knee there to occupy the space and break the lock.
This water, it kind of reminds me of us, Luke. Our love is like water.
Look at that. Now, that is some decent ground and pound. I mean, some of it's blocked, but like the amount of force he can put behind it is significant. Capturing the wrist like that. And by the way, this is the most amount of like real physical control he's ever exerted on.
Ooh, those are some stiff knees
Yeah,
right there.
and he's going to take him right backwards when he stands up, tries to.
Shout out to Esther Lynn, the GOAT, by the cage side right there.
Yeah, good thing the sport chased her out.
Still doing great work with Showtime.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like, you want to know how toxic MMA is? I don't know. Esther Lynn didn't give up boxing. All right, he's still got this. Yeah, it takes him right over off the grip there. That grip is powerful, man.
Mergliato with the chain link.
Yeah. See,
hand
this
slap
is.
there.
Oh, and he grabbed the
That's
fence.
blatant.
Yep,
You got to
yep.
take a point away here, Dan, all right?
It doesn't matter. He took him down anyway.
Damn, this is now a mauling.
Yeah, this is Kamaru. This is Kamaru. And look at the leg. See how he's put it on the inside of the left leg to flatten out the base?
I'd consider a Darce here if I was Kamaru, Luke.
Would you?
Yeah. They'd go through my mind, right?
He's in the wrong position for it, but
well, you have to make a transition. You have to do something called the sweep, Luke.
Do you? Is that what you have to do?
Yeah.
Just so people may not know this, a sweep only happens with a guard. Any other change in position would be a reversal.
Depends on your school of wrestling in some ways, though.
Yeah, School of Rock like Jack Black.
You should see, in a lot of ways, how the Mongolians did it. A little bit different. What is this, Triller? I mean, what are we doing here?
Whose hood is this? All right, fight's over, BC.
Well done there, Kamaru.
Easy Kamaru round 3.
Very
easy.
Look,
Kamaru.
Dominant. Not from start to finish. Had to deal with the striking a bit in the first round of Leon Edwards, but when you get this guy going downhill and you can't stop him from taking you down, well, he's also taking away your best interests striking-wise because of the threat of taking you down. And then when he does take you down, he absolutely mauls you like this.
Yep.
Damn.
Relentless pace, relentless pressure, relentless activity.
That could have been something right
See,
there.
that could have been nice. That first round, that could have been nice. This was nice too. Bah. And then they clashed heads there a little bit. This was nice. That left hook that came over the top, that was really nice. Let's see this one. A sweeping left hand. That was nice from Edwards as well.
Rise of Tomb Raider. Getting the,
Look at that.
Oh.
Just beating on him here on that third round. Real good control of the wrists, real good control of the rides.
Yeah.
That third round was, I mean, here's the thing. If that had gone a 4th and 5th, did you like Edwards? I mean, it was going in the wrong direction for Edwards.
No.
But here's the thing I say about this all the time, BC. Okay, the third round wasn't great, but in general, look at Leon Edwards' face. Look at him. Okay, they hit 6 takedowns for Kamaru, 10 minutes and 49 seconds of control time, 111 strikes. I mean, the stat, he compiles nice stats.
Look at those abs, too. Look at, they go right up to the xiphoid process. I mean, this guy's ripped, Luke.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine looking like that for a day? Would you go anywhere with a shirt on that you didn't have to?
No, I wouldn't.
Of course not.
Yeah.
And there's Muhammad Usman, his brother. There's Joe Rogan shaking his hand.
This is during the era that Joe just ended, where he would dress like a busboy so that people wouldn't notice him. So because his celebrity was getting so large, he's like, if I dress like I'm waiting tables.
Look at Edwards. He doesn't look super marked up by any stretch of the imagination here on the split screen.
Emotionally crushed, though.
Probably. I doubt that was the fight that he wanted to have, and I doubt he expected it to go that way, and that's unfortunate. But this is the thing. It's like, now that you've seen this and Kamaru wins via unanimous decision, I think I can look up the exact method here. So let's see. It was. Oh God, no, I don't have it on me right when I need it.
You want the scores? Is that what you want?
Yeah, the scores.
One was 30-27. 2 were 29-28.
Okay, so he probably lost the first round on two of the judges' scorecards,
yep.
And that's it for there. Your thoughts on what this might mean for the next one? They seem like different fighters, both of them, but you just wonder about that dynamic where one guy's a little bit more physical, a little bit more intense. Here's the thing. Edwards has a real kind of like, not lazy, but kind of a careful, measured, slow the pace down style.
Now, though.
He is more active. Kamaru, though, is like on you.
So, we said some of this in the pregame preview, and I think it might be true. As you looked at this rematch, as much as we rightfully praise Kamaru under Trevor Whitman for the evolution of his striking, if it ain't broke in this situation,
right.
If he can reestablish the thread of who he was just 4 or 5 fights ago when it was wrestle or nothing, knowing that if he has to stand on the feet, he's in a much better spot than even was here. He's not going to wing as many punches, but I still think the game plan's not that different. As much as they've changed, the more things change, Luke, the more they stay the same,
This is what I'm wondering. What is going to be the thing that Edwards has that he can get past some of the things? I think it's going to be a different fight, but some of the things you saw here.
Does he have Khamzat Chimaev? If he doesn't, then he can't get past this, Luke.
What do you mean?
Khamzat's the only one at welterweight that's going to beat this guy until he walks
away. What about Shavkat Rakhmonov?
God, he's coming on too. I forgot about that.
And don't forget our boy Sean Brady, who might be getting his tattoos as well.
Yeah, but he likes ass tats. So are him and I feuding right now because of that, or what?
I don't know. That's between you and him.
Yeah, I love Sean Brady. By the way, he gave us those T-shirts.
Yeah.
They look trim on me. Like they look like I've been working out a little bit. I think they're
nice.
fabric that way.
Final thoughts on this fight. It's a forgettable fight in the history of Kamaru Usman, to be honest with you.
Epic and stoic performance out of you. Not once did you take bait.
From you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, let's jazz it up. Let's have a little bit of fun. The fight kind of blows. Let's have fun. You're just like, nope. Got to go the distance here, folks.
Final thoughts on the fight.
It was what I thought it was going to be.
It was not remarkable. It's not a remarkable contest.
No, I'm impressed. I don't come away with anything negative about this performance.
That's right.
Of Kamaru. I mean, exactly what he had to do, and he dominated over the second half in doing that. Yeah, that's all. I mean, I don't know. Do you want me to? What do you want me to do? You want me to do a puppet show? You want me to?
Yeah, puppet show.
Want,
That's it. I know.
Okay.
That's it.
That's good.
That's it. So what did you guys think of the fight? How did you score it? And what does it mean for the next one? Of course, you can leave a comment below here on YouTube.
Yeah, but you throw that out there as like a, hey, get involved. Join what we're doing here. Put your comment. You're not going to read any of their comments. You don't give a fuck.
I read
what
on
they
occasion.
think.
I read on occasion. On occasion. I do. You can't do the whole I read everyone. You can't do the whole thing where you don't read any of them. You got to read.
Yeah, the people
on
that say
occasion.
they don't read anything. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, you definitely have to read.
You
on
can't
occasion.
live and die by that kind of shit. It's the 1%. It's your P1s that are writing in.
That's right.
But you got to also take a view of what
That's
people
right.
are.
I agree. You can't divorce yourself from it, and you can't you can't swim in it either. You got to just know about it. That's the deal.
I like the way you look at life sometimes.
Sometimes I have a good idea. Sometimes, BC, I'm all right.
I can't wait until you outgrow me, like mentally and emotionally, when you just can't handle being around me anymore. We're almost there. Almost there, all right?
Just one more Delta 8 and we'll be there.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Brian Campbell. I'm Luke Thomas. This was the rewatch for Edwards and Kamaru. I should say Kamaru and Edwards 1. We will see what happens when they get together at UFC 278. Until then, enjoy the fights.